Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And we are going to cover a critical topic that many people do late. Beth, this is your topic. Why don't you tease it for us and we'll get into it.
Yeah, so this is the time where it's very tempting for everybody to just take the foot off the gas, maybe a little too much,
Hmm.
and just let everything go. Like, you know what? It's the holidays, not much is happening right now. I'll jump back in after the holidays in January. I see this in real estate a lot because it does get slower always during the holidays. And I have a lot of agents saying, wow, you're working in December. It's like, yeah, I never stop working. Like, this is my job.
Yeah,
I take time
exactly.
now, don't get me wrong. I take time off and I schedule that time off, and that time off is off. But I have people that are keeping that momentum going, and momentum is really, really critical. So do not lose your momentum, people. Whatever your goals are for investing or real estate or whatever they are, don't take your foot off the gas 100%, because it's been said that it takes about 2 weeks to lose momentum. So if you stop 100%, 2 weeks, you lose that momentum. I think of it like a big wheel that you're like pushing to get going, and it's slow, and you're really putting all your effort into it. And then it starts moving faster and faster and faster. And then it gets to a point where your momentum, all you got to do is just kind of give it a little push once in a while, and it just keeps going.
Yep.
If you stop that in 2 weeks, it can go from spinning to a grinding halt. And then to restart that momentum again, I think it takes probably about 2-3 months. Like, if I was to stop putting any attention on my business or my goals, it would dry up probably, and would take probably 2 to 3 months to generate that again. And then you're all the way into first quarter's done at that point. So
Ah,
this is the time if you want to get an advantage in real estate. This is, or whatever it is. It's just keep going right now when everyone else is not, and then you will have a jump start. Now, that doesn't mean don't have fun. Schedule your time. We're planning a family vacation, and we're going to be gone, but I'm going to make sure there's coverage. And then the people that are covering for me, they'll have their time off too. We respect that. And I'm not saying grind and work all the time, but I'm saying just keep pushing that wheel so you keep a momentum going even during December. So this is not the time to completely slack off. So if you want to gain advantage, this is your opportunity.
yeah, it's funny we were talking about this because this morning I did a live stream about my 2023 goals, and I'm actually calling them my 13-month goals because they're going to go into effect December 1st is when I'll start tracking them. For that exact reason, right? If you want to have a great 2023, you don't start in January because you won't see the fruits of your labor until April. If you want to have a
Mhm.
great 2023, start December 1st because again, it helps you keep the momentum, but also nobody else is doing it. You'll be light
It's
years ahead of everyone.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's just
crazy.
it's like you're driving on the freeway and all the cars are gone. It's like
There you
just
go.
pedal to the metal. This is the time. And so yeah, and so I think that this would be a good time to work on your networking. There's a few things you can do right now. So but one thing I wanted to mention too before my brain jumps to the next thing is what you're doing now. You'll see the results about 90 days from now. And that's always been the
Correct.
rule in real estate. Like, if you're working on generating business or looking for your next investment, what you're doing now will produce results in about 90 days. So keep that in mind. What we're doing now is going to be loading up for springtime next year.
Mhm.
Not that things can't happen sooner, but now, wait, what can you do now? It's like, hey, if nothing's happening, what can I do? I would say take your time to study your market, learn your buy box, do that work. Um, figure out what your goals are. It's amazing how many people don't have a plan or written goals. They need to be written it down. They need to be measurable. They need to be within a certain time. Like, I'm going to do X by X date. And there needs to be some accountability in there. You could work on your accountability, and you can work on solidifying your systems and processes. So, like, do you have systems and processes? For me, I wouldn't be able to operate at all if I didn't have my systems and processes. If you're trying to keep it all in your head, you can't. So, like, you
Mhm.
will forget things get distracted. I remember when I used to try to keep everything in my head, and there's a saying, like, if
Yeah.
you're in your head, you're dead. So you got to get
Yeah.
out of that. Get out of your head. And plus, your head will
Yeah.
try to talk you out of things sometimes too. Like, oh, you don't need to do that today
Not
because
today.
there's
Not
other
today.
things.
How
Yeah.
many not you say not today, you get for 2 weeks, you're so right. The momentum
Yeah.
stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to do things in the morning too, because it's easy by afternoon to be like, oh, nah, we'll just do it tomorrow, So just
I'm
like do your
tired, the
figure out what your
kid, the
critical things
husband.
are.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too, it's like if something feels overwhelming, all you got to do is just figure out one easy step that you can do. It's like one thing you can do. It's like I can make this one phone call today to figure out what I need to know. Here's this person I know that knows something that about real estate investing that I have a question about. I'm going to reach out to that person today, or I'm going to whatever, work on your spreadsheet, do your study your
Yeah.
market for 20 minutes or
Yeah,
just
exactly.
get out.
Again,
Yeah.
it's focus, get a buy box, look at it every day, meet 2 new people a week, audit your network. It's all the same stuff. And again, there are so many people between Thanksgiving and New Year's that just this is what bugs me. When I hear the following statement, I deserve it. I want to tell them who said.
Yeah.
Who said who said you deserve it? I've looked at my market for 3 years between getting a deal out of the MLS. It takes time. You got to do it every day.
Yeah.
No, don't stop it. 20 minutes a day. I've been doing it for 20 years. Probably missed 100 days in 20 years. Just it doesn't take that long. Keep going. Don't ever stop momentum. Like I get people all the time. Hey, Michael, great. Thank you. You helped me get my first great deal. I'm so excited. Probably need to spend a year saving up. And what I hear them saying is, I'm not going to look for a year. No,
No, because then
I
you won't
never
know
said
what you're
that.
seeing when you're looking in a year. You will have no idea. There's no context.
Exactly. You don't want
So
to start over. Come on.
no, no. So you can do things now. You can get out, you can drive by properties and look at them. If you're, investing where you live, you can just get out there, lay eyes on it, meet agents, meet sellers, talk to people. There's things you
Yeah.
can do while you're preparing. There's so much you can do right now.
Yeah.
And waiting really is a shame. So, and don't make it any harder than it needs to be. Break it down to simple tasks, one the task a day. Imagine if that just, goes over
Yeah.
30 days, 60 days, a year, 2 years, how much farther you'll be just on those simple things.
Yeah.
And now is the time, if you get people that need to close by the end of the year for tax reasons or whatever,
Yes.
you'll find some opportunities now while everyone else is busy doing other things.
Yeah. Motivated sellers. Sometimes they need to sell this year. Use it to your advantage. So Beth, if somebody wanted to follow you, how would they do that?
Yeah, so they can reach out to me through my website, bethtraversogroup.com, or just message me through Facebook if you just want to say hi.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks.